Good evening, dear viewers, and welcome to another day of your daily show, Achievements. I'm your host, Fatma Al Hajri, and this evening I am joined by my colleague, Abdul Latif. Good evening, Abdul Latif.
Good evening, Fatma, and welcome our dear viewers. So me and Fatma, we will take you through this episode. Stay tuned.
A successful identity is built on things a person has done. Your most important accomplishments are a very important way for you to measure your success. Colleagues, competitors, and the general public can look at a person's achievements to figure out how successful they are. Most of the time, putting in a lot of work pays off. Most people think a successful life is one of a lot of things to be proud of. When you finish a task, you win over problems or other people. Achieve means to work together to reach a hard and challenging goal. Everyone should be ready to help out and work together if they need to. There are many ways to reach your goal, but in the end, it's up to you to decide how it will pay out in your life. In their careers, some people want to get rich and will be well known. Some people think that even small victories are reasons to have a party. We're all different, so we all have our own thoughts on everything. In the end, though, everyone wants to be happy, and everything you do in life will help you to get closer to that ultimate goal.
Welcome back, our dear viewers. Tonight we're having with us our special guest. He is known as an artist. He already achieved a lot, and he had workshops and galleries, not in just Kuwait. Tonight we're going to learn more about him. Please welcome with us Mr. Asad Bunashi. Welcome, Mr. Asad. We are really glad to have you here with us.
Thank you very much.
Of course, it's a pleasure to have you here in Achievements, and we'd like to know more about you and how you started in your passion.
Yeah, actually, I started when I was young, very young. I loved art, and my life always with art. In the beginning, I think I started with watching my bigger sister. She worked on the wall. And I was, I think, 6 years old or 7 years old, something like that. And I was wondering how can someone can create things on the wall like that, to study art, colors. And I was interested with that. So I study it, and I love it.
Of course, I think it's very important, especially to grow up around artistic families such as your sister, someone you look up to, and see such beautiful art painted on the wall, to actually have these kind of desires at a very young age and know what to do with them. And you actually pursue that. I think that's amazing to know from a very young age. It can be sometimes hard to know what you want. I think a lot of people usually struggle with that.
Oh, yes.
It's really wonderful when you have this home background with you. Since you started, as you said, since you were like 6 years old, and you already like see your sister and wondered how can that be happening.
Yeah.
So can you tell us how did your home background affected you on your journey?
Yeah, I was really copying in the first some characters in animations and Walt Disney and many cartoons. Also, I was interested with how to create the figures, the imaginations. I remembered one day in the school, the teacher of art, he asked about making some subject about sport. And my friends, they all, as in Kuwait, we love football very well, very much, and all the class they're drawing footballs, like making a square, and people they playing something inside football. But I was thinking to make someone different, I make gymnastic. Someone makes some move about gymnastic, and the teacher, he was looking to my paintings and my drawing. I said, why you are like that? Why you do something different like this? Because I loved it. I always wanted to be to make something different, something new and different. And the same time, I was a gymnastic player.
Okay, so this is very interesting. You actually incorporated something that you love as a sport into your painting,
Yes.
because you were also a gymnastic player. Because most of the players you mentioned, the students were interested in football,
Yeah.
but you had something different. You already started with something different than the rest. I think it's very important, Abdulatif, to actually begin a sport or a passion, not something ordinary that everyone is doing, but try to do something different
For
that you
change,
might,
yes.
you might
Yeah.
actually enjoy. You don't know what's the other types of sports or painting or type of colors, for example.
Yes,
Because
yes.
earlier we were talking, you prefer oil painting. And I think that's very interesting. So what really got you into that kind of drawing, the artistic side, the oil painting, some of the drawings we just saw right here, I think, in this pamphlet. And I think this is really amazing. Our dear viewers, this is some of the work he just did, and I think it's
about,
beautiful.
I think
This
it's
is my
about
last
the
exhibit.
Hiroshima.
Hiroshima, yes.
Yes.
Children of War, Hiroshima. It was my last exhibition in 2022. It was in August, last August. I started to make this subject to show the people what I'm thinking about it, about the children of war. Especially the title, Hiroshima, and I took Hiroshima as example to show the people that children, they should be safe, even if I have maybe a problem with someone else. And this subject, and this is in this situation, not only in war, even in families, even in neighbors, even in villages, if we have some problem between any different people, we need to make the children safe. So I started to make 40 oil paintings about this story, and I bring the Hiroshima example.
I think it's very important, Abdulatif, to actually be passionate about a cause and put through your emotion throughout your paintings. And
It's
for
push
you,
you through also and help you.
I
Yeah.
think it's very important to convey your emotions. Sometimes you can feel stressful. Sometimes you have,
Yes.
you're overwhelmed with emotions.
And you can translate these emotions
Of course.
into
As-
the painting that you are doing.
And Abdulaziz was
It supports
asking me
a lot.
earlier a question you wanted to ask him at the beginning of the show. You had a question about how he started painting, especially in oil, because you mentioned you prefer oil paintings.
Yeah, it was studying actually. I study after when I graduated from basic education in college. I tried to study art, and I was influenced to Salvador Dali. He's one of the biggest artists back then, and I buy his books, and I really need to understand how he creates the idea, and this is what's important about. So I made my first exhibition 2002. It was called Out of Reality, and this was just out of box in something new, surrealism art, imagination. Look like, for example, one of my paintings, it was someone go through the canvas, out of the canvas, like that. And
Kind of like a 3D painting.
like a 3D, yes.
I think that's very interesting to actually.
It's very special.
Yeah.
Yes.
And motivating.
And the
seriously.
idea is to always talk about try to challenge yourself, try to do something new. The subject was out of reality, so you need to find the new way in your life and to create something new. And this is what about life. We have to do something always
outside the box.
outside the
Something
box.
not ordinary. Try to do
Yes,
something
this
new
is-
every time.
You have
course.
also to do something special, but also there's something good in art that I always admire. And I think it's that in art, and I've heard this word from 11-year-old girl. And she told me that she loves art because there's no right and wrong in art. And she told me that's why she loves art.
Yeah,
Do you agree with that?
She's wise. Yeah, actually, this is the point about art. Artists take you different way to in this moment, and the most important, it's to live this moment, because we should live this moment. We don't have to think too much about the past, and we don't have to worry about the future. We need to think about the moment that you are making these paintings. This is the most important one. So you can go deep inside these paintings, so you understand, you think, the thoughts will come inside your mind, and you started to express it as a picture. So this moment, nobody can tell you yes or no or wrong.
You can do that or you cannot do that. Because in art, whatever you feel, whatever you think about, if it was like something make you happy or make you sad, you can translate it into the things and show it to the world. And I think that it's really wonderful. Like the gallery that you did here in Kuwait. I think it's in Abdullah Salim area, right?
Yes, in Abdullah Salim, under the Council of Art. And also there is many people came, especially it was in August. But the idea, it was very interested to let the people come to, you know, in August nobody here in Kuwait, everybody.
Because it's summer, I think it's very hot in Kuwait, yes.
But I think it's good. I'm satisfied for the exhibition. Especially there is many people came and they admired the exhibition. This is what I'm really like it about it.
Of course, and we'd like to know more about your favorite kind of art. I think sometimes we saw a lot of your work and it's very beautiful, but which one is your favorite type of art?
I have three kinds of art. I make surrealism art, which is about imagination to express my idea. It's like a dream. You make your own dream inside the paintings. The second one, it's video art, to take some moments from your life, to make it video as coloring or black and white or anything. But the subject, it will be about 3 minutes to talk about it, about something, whatever it's. And the third, it's installation art, and it's about recycling things. So you collect many things, like anything, bottles of water or anything. So you make object. This is object, nobody can see it before. And this is really, this is the point about creating things. We always see many things inside our life. We see sculptures, we see installation art, we see some old statues. But what is new, it will take you.
Of course, I think new ideas, new art scenes can really attract the viewers to wonder, what is this, what is it about, how did you create it, where it is originally from, who came up with the idea. I think sometimes, you know, you look at art and you're wondering who really created it, what is the source of this art?
And when it started also.
Yeah, the source, it will be, the source about maybe poets. Maybe some picture in movie, maybe someone you can speak with.
A memory sometimes.
Yeah, or memory, or some travel or anything. It's really give you the idea, it's full and all around us. You can.
It's a seed, the art.
Yeah, but how you make the good idea? You cannot make the good idea without studying the oldest idea to understand, to create something new. This is not only in art, this is in writing, this is in directing movies, this is in many things. we need to study what before us do. This is what important, and to create something more activity about it.
Welcome back, our dear viewers. Tonight we're having with us one of the most successful individuals right here in Kuwait and also in the GCC. She is known as an inventor. Her achievement is not just only in Kuwait but all around the GCC. Although she is still young, yet she has challenged an older competitor and won. She was awarded by His Highness the Crown Prince Sheikh Mish'al Al-Sabah for her achievements. Please welcome with us the young and genius Ms. Hawra Mirza. Welcome, Ms. Hawra.
Thank you. Good evening.
Good evening.
Welcome, Hawra. We are so glad to have you here with us, especially when we heard about your achievement that you already did. It's actually, all of us, we are so proud of you. But first, we want to talk about your early steps on this field and how did you start?
Actually, I started in this field since I was 4 years old. I participated in many school activities, many competitions, and won it. Also, I participated in many training courses inside and outside Kuwait to develop my skills and discover my talents. Specifically, like the main point, it's like I like to try everything around me to discover what I like and what I love.
Of course, and did your home background affect you in any way into becoming an inventor and to experiment with a lot of things?
Yes, the biggest supporters are my mother and brothers and all my family. They are like keen to provide all my needs and give me the green light to participate in any international competitions, conferences. Even if I want to travel alone, they give me the green lights to go ahead. And from this point, I achieve more.
Of course, I think that's very important point what you just mentioned, to have the family support. I think it's very important.
Yes, and it will help you a lot during your journey from even the beginning. And you need to know one thing: she's still in high school.
Yes.
And yet you were the keynote speaker at one of the biggest world meetings.
Yes.
Where there were like more than 280 ministers and more than 70 world leaders.
That's very impressive. At a very young age, she achieved a lot, I think. And it's very important to show this kind of achievement, especially for our dear viewers who are watching, to inspire everyone who is watching, especially young women.
Yes, but we wanted to ask you about why did you choose this line when you know that it's way harder than the other lines? You chose this path that you took. Can you tell us why?
Actually, when I was young, when I joined many training courses, I like programming and technology field a lot, and it was my ambition, and because I love it, I joined this field. What you say, it's very hard, but it's not hard if you work hard to achieve more in this field. And my beginning was self-learning, and I joined many courses online and offline to develop myself.
Of course, I think that's very important that you are very passionate about what you do, and we'd like to know more about your first invention. I think this is very important for our dear viewers to know what is it exactly.
Actually, my first invention was the smart trolley in the embedded system field. I start this invention when I find a problem that all of us
usually we struggle with a lot of problems during the day and in our lives. So you chose something that was a problem for you. You wanted to find a solution for that case.
The problem was somewhere, if you go anywhere, there is a crowded places that if you want to buy something, a crowded line, then you cancel all your order and trying to find somewhere
better alternative.
Somewhere less crowded.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I invent this trolley to find a solution for this problem. It was like in the beginning I don't know how can I build this trolley and buy the sensors, the tablet for programming. Then I started like learn by myself in YouTube, training courses about programming robots, embedded systems, and then I make it. I participated with this trolley in many conferences and competitions, and I took the third place, all like among more than 50 students in Kuwait. So this was my first invention.
I think that's very impressive that at a very young age you came up with a solution to a problem not a lot of people are aware of. Like when you go to a supermarket, you just wait in line or you just give up so you don't go shopping.
Hours we wait.
Yes.
Hours and hours. And thank you for this invention actually. As soon as it comes to the markets, I'm going to buy one of these trolleys.
Inshallah.
But coming out of the trolleys, going back to the space, when did you join the Kuwait Space Trial?
Actually, my beginning was in 2020 after my participation and become the youngest member at the Kuwaiti first scientific experiment that had launched to the International Space Station with Orbital Space Company. It was just like a design for the mission patch, and when I won this competition, I was very happy that I have been selected to be the youngest member and the only Kuwaiti student in the team. Dr. Bassam Al-Faili was so happy that the mission patch was a great mission patch, and when I finished this this experiment by some students in Kuwait here, it had launched by Falcon 9 with NASA and from Cape Canaveral, Florida. And it was a very unique and nice experience. I learned a lot from it, and I have many achievements in space field, and like a smart lunar base by IoT and AI on the moon. I become the youngest ambassador for Kuwait in space field with Fasisa Academy, STEM exploration in space, and many programs like this.
Hawra, that's very impressive. That's a lot. And for a young woman to actually experience that, I mean, that must have been amazing. Tell us about that experience.
Actually, this experience was unique. And after this participation, I decided to join the Code in Space program. It's also from Orbital Space Company. It was like, how can you build a project and submit it to the company about like something you want to do it on the satellite, Qamar Kuwait. My project was like how to measure the magnetic field and the temperature on the satellite with the engineer Nasser Al-Istad. I submitted, and when they accepted my project, I was so happy. And maybe I worked like and finished more than 20 units in Spaceport Academy, and we started like doing the program in Python language programming, and uploaded it in the satellite. And this experience was also very nice and new for me, but we are still working on it.
It's really good. So can you tell us exactly when did you join the Kuwait satellite? When you got the news?
Maybe from 2021, and the satellite was launched in 2021 June, also by Falcon 9 from Cape Canaveral.
And how did you felt when they told you that they wanted you to join? How was the experience? How did you react? You and the family members also.
Actually, I was very happy after like my last participation was just a design for the mission patch, not like a scientific thing to do it, but when I see the advertisement in Instagram, I joined, and when they tell me that you are accepted, I was very happy. My mother, my family, my brothers, and I still work on it and work on some plans for the future, you can say, yes.
Of course, I think everyone is very proud of your achievements. Everyone in Kuwait, your family, and us, of course, we're having you here in the show Achievements to talk about this amazing experience that you had. And of course, we had a lot of more questions for her. So stay with us, ladies and gentlemen, when we come back for more.
Hani Abdurrada Mirza, a student at Sabah Al Ahmed Center for Giftedness and Creativity. She received a Medal of Honor from His Highness the Deputy Emir and Crown Prince Sheikh Mish'al Ahmed Al Sabah for being the youngest achiever in 2021, as well as first place and a perfect score in the international competition for industrial applications held by the international organization MELST. Not only that, but also the Arab Young Leaders meeting hosted the youngest lecturers and participants at the World Government Summit. In front of more than 20 presidents of state, 250 ministers, and tens of thousands of notable figures from a variety of industries. On Gulf Youth Day, the General Secretariat presented the GCC Medal for Excellence 2022 to her as the youngest and only female student. Hawra was the captain and leader of the first Kuwaiti team to win the Sea Birch Regional Championship for Automatic Submarines 2022. Sharjah Arab University of Science, Technology and Maritime Transport, and advanced to the World Championship finals. Having said that, Hawra is the junior member and leader of the MFT mission to program the first Kuwaiti satellite, Kuwait Moon, with the Orbital Space Company to detect temperatures and magnetic fields. She received the Hamdan bin Rashid Al Maktoum Medal and award for exceptional academic performance in the Distinguished Students category, as well as a certificate of excellence and participation in the 24th session for technical innovation. In 2022, her Intelligent Internet of Things system proposal won gold at the 6th Asian Science Conference in Dubai.
Welcome back, our viewers. So, Hawra, I wanted to ask you, away from the space things and your career, I wanted to ask you about your favorite time to do your favorite things, your hobbies, like maybe swimmings or sports things that you wanted to do. Can you tell us about that?
Actually, if I have some time, I want to do something, I don't just like programming and worked on robots. No, I have many hobbies. Like I like drawing with my sister, and I have my own project and business, like in drawing in the Arabic calligraphy field. I do some drawings by Arabic calligraphy since I was 7 years old. And in a sports field, I like to play football, okay, and karate. It's one of
karate.
Yes.
It's interesting.
One of my best hobbies, I have it, and many hobbies more.
Where do you see yourself in the future?
Actually, I want to be an international inventor and an aerospace medicine doctor. I want to be one of the young people that one time in the future, all the people in Kuwait and in our society remember me, that I raise my country's flag in the whole world and everywhere, and tell the people who is the Kuwaiti woman and all the Kuwaiti youth that we can do the impossible, and everything that you want to do it, you can do it, whatever the obstacles that you face.
Hawra, of course, we're very proud of you and your achievements, and of course, congratulations for all these amazing achievements at a very young age. We're very, very proud of you. Unfortunately, we have reached at the end of our episode for this evening, but it was really a pleasure to have you here in the series of achievements.
It was, and I hope in the future, all of us, we hope in the future that we will see you as an astronaut, medicine astronaut, in the space, and you will take some selfies for us,
Inshallah.
for achievements. And thank you for being here with us, to know what you love and what you like to do, and what make you, Hawra, as the place that you are right now.
Thank you very much, and it's an honor to be with you today.
It's our pleasure. Thank you for being here.
It's an honor for us also. And thank you with that, our viewers, for watching this episode. Hope you like it and enjoyed it, and we will see you in our next episodes, and goodbye.
Goodbye.
you.